Good morning to you. I hope you slept well. I hope you're feeling good. And if you're not, I hope you have a plan to take care of yourself to get you to where you can feel good. I know I'm damn sure going to try today. You know what time it is. Let's get it done. Come here, girl. No. The Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Ooh, the little flowers, they're growing. They are growing. Tree from last year, that's going to be a pretty big, or little bush, not tree. It's going to be a pretty big little bush. They're coming along, they're starting to fill out. I'll show you all something. Yesterday when we were looking at the car, I got the new massive suspension in. Got rid of the factory stamped steel stuff. It's all loosey-goosey. There were some people that said, hey man, you got your drilled and slotted rotors on the wrong way. Those are not the wrong way. You can't tell that those are on the wrong way. The reason that you can't tell that those are not on the wrong way is because when you look at it, you're going by the design of how it's shaped. What's on the face. That is not how those are clocked. Those are not clocked by the face of that, unless you're just looking for aesthetics, the look in general. Those are clocked by the fins inside, the cooling fins that are actually in the center of the vent, in the middle. Some fins will angle this way, some will angle the other way. Other ones go straight out, and it doesn't matter what position you put them in, they still cool the same no matter what. And then you have either the position of when you're going forward, it's cutting into the pad, or backward, it's cutting into the pad. Just all depends on how you want to see them. I happen to not mind them being this way. So here, another thing. These are the cooling fins right here in the center. There. They go straight out. That is how they are clocked. Some of you say stuff sometimes and you really don't have a clue what you're talking about because somebody told you at some point that this is how it is. You are wrong. That is not how those are clocked. They are clocked by the position of the vane assembly. That's how they're clocked. So when you pop up on the channel, there was a couple of you yesterday that said, hey, you got those on backwards. And it's like, guys, I do this for a living. I do this stuff every single day. It's what I do. Why you would feel the need to correct me on something so basic that most people probably don't know is beyond me. Those are not clocked in the position of which you're assuming that they are clocked in. So stop. I had a gentleman come in yesterday and all he wanted to do was pick up his vehicle. He's got some random electrical issues that are not showing back up, and me and him got to talking about maintenance. We got to talking about oil and oil changes, and he said, man, I have a lot of vehicles and I have to change the oil in them often because I'm worried about something happening in the future and it costing me more money, especially with the amount of vehicles that I have. I can't afford to slack off on my maintenance. He said, I have a fleet of vehicles my employees use, plus I have my own, he said, probably 10, 12 vehicles. And so, so maintenance is pretty important to you. You don't want to have to spend more money than what you should have to spend. I mean, that's obviously common sense with anything in life. And he said, oh yeah, try to take care of my vehicles way earlier than what they were supposed to be, fluid maintenance wise, because if I did every vehicle the same way and I just drug it out, Can you imagine how much money I'd have to spend if these things started acting up? I said, I can't imagine. Because it's what I talk about every day here on this channel. It's people not caring enough about their stuff to do some research and realize there's much more than what you can do than the minimum to make sure that you don't have a fat wad of cash having to come out of your pocket to pay for something in the future. I had a lady call me up yesterday, 2004 Porsche Cayenne, instrument clusters acting up, common in those things. And I called her up, I should say. I said, ma'am, this vehicle's been sitting here for probably 5 months. What's going on with it? Let's take some action on this. I hear you've contacted the owner of the company and you guys were planning on doing something before, but I'm the general manager here now and I need to know what's going on with this vehicle. I need it off my lot. So either we're going to fix it or you're going to come get it. And she says, oh, well, okay. Yeah, I was already planning on having it taken care of. There's this guy over at this salvage yard that has access to all these electronics, and he said that he was going to have the cluster priced out so I could go pick it up, and I'm waiting on him to call me back. And I said, oh yeah, what's the salvage yard name? And she was like, I don't really know. Well, it's called this, and this. And I was like, oh, okay, I know who they are. Who'd you speak to? Oh, she gave me the guy's name. I said, I've heard of his name, but I don't really know him. He says, okay, well, I'll call over there real quick and see what's going on and see why he hadn't reached out to you or us yet. So I call over there and talk to the company. They put me through to the guy's office, and he says, a lady ain't never contacted me. She ain't never said a darn word to me. I don't know anything about this vehicle or what she's even looking for, so why don't we start fresh and you tell me what you need. I said, well, I need an instrument cluster. It's acting up. It's causing some communication issues and stuff like that on this 2004. Is it 2004? 2007. Anyway, it's irrelevant. Porsche Cayenne. And he says, okay, I can get one. I don't have one in stock right now, but I can get a good one that we do have in inventory. $75. I'll have it to you tomorrow, to your shop. Just pay me then. And I said, oh, okay, sure. Sounds like a deal. Let's get it coming. I'll make the decision on behalf of the customer. Call the customer back up. And I says, hey, look, dude says that he ain't had nothing to do with you and talk to you, had nothing. But I got the part coming tomorrow for this much money, $75. And she says, well, I'm just going to have to call him up and refresh his memory. And I said, no, you're not. You call him up and refresh his memory, it's going to end up being double. And she said, well, what do you mean? And I said, don't mess up the business that I have going on right now. The guy's already giving us a deal. He could have doubled that price easily, if not more. He understood your situation, that you were in a timely spot, I should say, not rough spot, to get this thing out of here. You don't need to call him up and make his life more miserable. Well, he said I didn't call, and I did call. I don't care about the he said, she said stuff. Leave him alone. You don't need to call his business up and harass him. I've already called him up. I have the part coming. Why would you try to call and make that man's life harder? I don't understand. Well, because he's making me out to be a liar. And I said, did you call him? She said, well, I spoke to somebody. I could have swore it was him. And I said, look, your story's changed a couple times already. Leave the guy alone. Don't worry about it. I don't care what the story is. It's being taken care of now. I just need some action taken on it. And here we are. Don't call him up. If you call him up, I'm going to charge you double. Leave him alone. Leave the man alone. Let him do his job. He's helping us out. We move forward from here. Okay, yeah, I guess you're right. I guess you're right. You would really charge me double? Yes, I would. I'm going to charge you double if you bother him. If I find out you bothered him after he's helping us out, I'm going to charge you double. I don't feel like you actually had the conversation with him that you're saying you had. Well, you feel offended. The man doesn't recollect you. He doesn't recollect the vehicle. He doesn't do anything. And he was super helpful immediately whenever I said, oh, I need this. Oh, yeah, sure, I can get it to you. If you really was trying to take action on this vehicle, you could have had this taken care of already. But instead, you called somebody up a week ago to get some answers on some stuff. When the guy gave you, he could have gave you answers right there on the phone. Literally gave you the information right there on the phone and said, I can get it out to you right away. Which makes me believe you didn't call him up. Because he could have literally ordered it for you right on the spot. Anyway, I hate when customers lie to me. I hate when people tell me stories and try to make it seem like it is one way when it's really another. And then I have to call and do the homework and do the investigating and the dirty work and find out, yeah, parts are available. Yeah, I can get it. No, you didn't call. No, you didn't do this. Yes, this is all a lie. You know, whatever it may be. And it just bothers me. It bothers me the fact that I'm trying to be honest with somebody. I'm trying to do the right thing by somebody. Yet they want to turn around and they want to lie to me. It just doesn't, to me, it doesn't make sense. And at the end of the conversation, I'm like, you know, how could you, I actually asked the lady, I said, how could you afford to let this vehicle just sit here? And she says, well, I have like 10 other vehicles. I said, what do you mean? Well, I own all 80s model Fords and Chevys, and they all run fine. The only problem I had was with the Cadillac Escalade and the Porsche Cayenne. And I'm a construction worker. My daughter, I got the Escalade, she didn't like it, so I took the Escalade back, got her the Porsche Cayenne. She does like that. I said, so this vehicle, in all reality, is not of any kind of high priority to you. And she says, no, it's not. So then you make it my problem and you let it sit on my lot because you don't care about it. Well, unfortunately, yeah, it is what it is. At least she was honest with me about that. Well, I want it off my lot, so I'm ordering the cluster. I told her I ordered the cluster, $75. I'm not going to charge you any kind of crazy fees or anything like that. I'll get it installed and I'll get back to you tomorrow. Don't lie to me. I'm going to find out the truth more than likely. Don't lie to me. Doesn't it suck when people lie to you and then you go behind and you find that that they're just, maybe they're just habitual liars. I don't know. Maybe they just don't know any different because they've been doing it for so long. But I'm going to find out. You think you're getting away with something? I'm going to find out. It's going to happen. Y'all have a great day. Be blessed. I love you all. Take care. Let me know what you think. Remember, be nice to people. Don't be mean. It ain't worth it. Hold the door for somebody. Check on somebody you haven't checked on in a while. Pay somebody a compliment. Go walk by your employees and tell them, hey, you're doing a great job. Thank you for the hard work. Do something. Don't be mean. And paying an employee a compliment and telling them that you appreciate what they're doing for the company and looking after them sometimes means more than more money in their pocket. More money always helps, but reassuring somebody that you appreciate the work that they do sometimes means much more. Again, have a great day, guys.